Oh, we'll try again.
is enjoying his newfound energy. Unions say that thousands of workers like him must be supported if they're being asked to lose weight. And the advice is to get started.
3. 1, 2, 3. There's the
England manager Thomas Tuchel has named his squad for the final World Cup qualifiers. He's
That's better.
Players who missed out on previous.
I don't remember us being that thin. Yeah, but I can't add the extra bit under our names.
That's fine.
Well, let me do. No, it's not fine. It's kicking me off.
18 years ago,
This new update they must have recently done is. I don't like it.
Oh, all right.
I don't know what StreamYard's done, but I personally they've cocked it up.
There we go.
Oh, now it lets me do it.
First, we could only imagine what was beyond the sky. But 80 years ago, George Bank used radio waves to create an entirely new science, which could unlock the secrets of space.
What do you think?
Inspiring.
Oh, that's because I kept going past it. Ah, finally got it to come up.
How do you put that into music?
Oh.
And this is exactly what Ivan Novello really
Bloody shenanigans.
Along with the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra to mark the 80th anniversary of SmackDown. We all knew at the time
That's it. Finally got me bits and me blibs and blobs on there. And all blitty and bluey.
That's nice.
I'll zip it, you.
They're just missing the laughing part out of that now, Jordan.
Jordan's not funny. Jordan's a Wally.
How am I a Wally?
You just are.
Yeah, sure. It said, yeah, that's fine for the favor for me. Next, I've asked him if he can do me a favor for tomorrow.
Oh, Jordan.
I see it.
Mushroom flavour. That's the flavour, mushroom.
Right.
And a glass of cum.
Do you mean milk?
No, it's a glass of cum that's milk flavoured.
Ew.
And it slimes and drips down the back of my throat.
Oh, babe, do you want to let Jordan know what you did with that? What you said you was going to do this week with the sandwich idea?
If you've not yet seen the
I've already done it.
You haven't told me.
Marmite banana toasted sandwich. It was lovely.
Sounds lovely, though.
Sounds disgusting.
You right?
That's the peace and quiet one.
How have you been, sir?
I'm fine.
Mm.
Start working.
So the favour which I've asked you, can you say to first about if they can try and change the 227 diagram to every 10 minutes, if you can? It's like, it shouldn't really happen how it should be every 31 minutes or every 30 minutes.
went to the children's cancer.
How,
Nice.
was that just when you were trying to get home today?
Yeah,
We have a door
it was.
for you
Yeah.
today. The hype
honest.
has been building
Fair
on.
enough.
Excitement here
I'll
in
see what I can
Amsterdam at the
do,
Johan Cruyff
right?
Arena.
But
Right.
no, I'll
My name is
probably be able to
Derek
get through
Ray,
to
and
them
my commentary
because
partner, as
you
usual,
know,
is
you know
Stuart
what, first
Robson.
we don't
And
answer
once
the
the game
phones.
just moments away now.
No, we don't
This
answer the
really ought
phone.
to be a
We don't answer the
superb
phone, so
in the Netherlands
Fair enough.
versus Wales.
so there's been a couple of days I've tried to phone her, could not get through.
Has all the ingredients. Now, hold on, Stuart, they're in here.
Uh, oh yeah, no.
I've been alright, to be honest. Yeah. I've been asking my mum if she can drop me off at the bus station and that because of the her scheduling of the 227 and that, so
So the initial 11 for the home side.
to get the 41 and that, so
Fair enough. By the way, there's been a major incident up at where I stay today.
what?
There's a major incident confirmed up at where I stay today. Hazmat were called in.
Time for number ones.
A
I
one.
won.
Ha ha ha.
What's the major incident then? Sure.
Don't know. It's not. No, it's not being said what it was, but Hazmat, the Scotland got called in. So did the Scottish Ambulance Service.
At least I found the X1 timetable.
Ah! By the way, guess what I seen?
What?
You one of the ex-Wolverine Geminis up at because they've started operating service to Duncan High School.
Oh, the new S11 or whatever it is. Even though one of the Meridians that Luma have bought, which have been confirmed, they're going to convert them into 6 coaches. But that's what my mate has said so far.
So little high pressure holds on across central eastern areas for Sunday, and this weather front will start to work in to bring a wetter day here. So then from the word go for Northern Ireland.
So yeah, you missed that stream yesterday. Sure.
No, I've just been busy, that's all.
See some sunshine, and once we stand here in the southeast, might see more sunshine on Sunday than what we've had. We'll expect on Saturday.
I may as well ask Ben if he wants to join. If that's fine by you, Junior.
Yeah, it's fine.
Low pressure,
Yeah, that's fine.
or isobars starts.
Me saying down. Looks like that's one of Stuart's mates.
But still,
We've got
the time of year. Quite heavy state. So thank you very much. That is 6. Thank you, Jane. Hello there. Good evening to you. It's Friday. It's South today. And this is what we've got coming up for you in tonight's programme.
CID was also present as well. So just wait for updates to see what's happened. But there's Star Quadrant on. Really, so.
There we go. My phone's just doing an update. That won't take long, and then my phone will start playing up afterwards.
fair enough.
1-0 here. He's in with a chance.
Well, a lack of technique and composure there. That's a bad miss.
I'm just
Trying to get the better of the keeper, but ultimately failed.
Well, I think he was caught into the minds there.
I've got one of our friends called Reese, right, Jordan.
Huh?
He posted up again saying that Saints will win this. to the other team saying 2-1 or 3-1, I think it was. Me and Junior both piss take out of him.
Yeah, he jinxed it yet again and got it fucking wrong. He's got a habit of doing that. It's his fault Saints keep losing. Fucking jinx.
I've got a good strong feeling he's going to do that again tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like I bet my dad.
Babe, that's the point. You're gonna have to cancel your plans for next Sunday. We're working. Remember? Where you were supposed to be going next week? Next weekend? To a certain person?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
wait,
working now.
I thought you said if there was more.
We're now booked up all of this month.
I'll be back in a minute.
That's
All
fine.
right, mate. We're booked up now, babe. At Saints. We've worked now. We've got tomorrow.
I need nap out.
The next 2 Sundays.
Guys,
And
I'll
then the end
join
of the month.
back, right? I need nap out.
That's all right, mate. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm going to let her know. I'm just waiting for my phone to finish doing an update. It's taking ages.
My son he wasn't just.
She'll have to wait until at least next month.
People out there are taking people's lives and creating havoc, heartbreak, hopelessness for the families that are left behind. The driver who killed Ada,
Yeah, we got
28-year-old was last month sentenced
2 women's games at Eastleigh next Sunday and the following Sunday, 16th and 23rd. And then, of course, we're working the 25th.
Yeah, that means I can't. And I got my sister's anniversary party on the 22nd.
You can't go.
A promising future and a young life taken away. Families warning
I'll let Mum know about that. And
the wheel can ruin lives in an
Yeah, show her the proof. Go and work. As you're going down there, bring work day up. Go onto the thing just to show her. Just, so you can clarify. When you go downstairs to show Mum.
Yeah.
Traditional red pillar boxes are gradually being replaced with what's called smart versions, where customers can self-scan and even deposit smaller parcels. As Alan Sinclair reports,
I've got to go strong, even though I've been obviously got to work it now. Obviously, but I've got a good strong feeling that Mum will say can't cancel it and just spend time with his brother.
are deeply concerned about
You can't play work. More work means more money. 6 games in 1 month, babe. 6 games, 1 month. We've never done that before. 6. The 10th of December, we're going to have money through our fingers just to make certain other people jealous that's not able to do this. I'm not counting you, Jordan. I mean, others will watch this back through.
But for a very small person,
so the X1 person
installed without warning, despite pleas and protests. But local loyal customers have decided to boycott the box and to keep.
I'm going to be home alone on the 6th of December.
Things worked elsewhere. An automated post box was installed in Bradfield, Southend in West Berkshire. Again, just outside the post office with its counter service. The parish council helped gather more than 800 signatures in protest, and within days, Royal Mail relented and brought the old post box back.
If the post office was closed, then we would end up using the shop as well. There's a small
Street bus station.
post offices like mine are already struggling to remain viable. I was convinced that Royal Mail
Central.
inside the post office that would take
The number 9.
Class as a self-employed, the
398.
employed by obviously people you're experiencing is in essence death by 1,000 cuts. And this is another one. Park Station Post Office has been here in this building, we believe, for about 200 odd years. And I would absolutely hate for us to be the last Christmas.
Oh, excuse me for yawning.
Our request for an interview. They did release a statement.
So Kelmont Street.
Feedback for what
That's
is called
the bus station.
of the future.
Uh,
1,500 of them are being rolled out.
actually, hold on.
The feedback obviously doesn't apply here. Alan Sinclair, leaving today in Barton Stacey.
Fucking me out.
I'm sure lots of you on the ceiling it's a story. Look at some of the other stories making the headlines tonight. 2 people have been arrested after
Oh.
Cathedral Street.
Let's do games today.
A 16 and 17-year-old boy have been arrested following alleged assault.
Hamilton.
You can shove your fucking handcuffs up your ass. What? You can shove your fucking handcuffs up your ass. You can shove your fucking handcuffs up your fucking handcuffs. Shove your fucking handcuffs right up your ass. What?
TikTok's got a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
In just 4 seconds, we find out how dog racing is taking off.
22 minutes.
1, 2.
That's seconds.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, no.
That's seconds still.
Take part in this weekend to remember.
Stick it up your nose.
Ew.
He was forced to leave the Royal Navy in 1996 after 13 years service. A ban on gay personnel in the UK military remained in place until 2019.
19.
I've just checked Wastify just in case. See, it popped up on the thing saying confirm that I have bid for it.
In the 80s
For
and
the 2 games that we did this morning
ranks as a caterer in the Royal Navy.
or this afternoon,
Time when being gay in the military
and for some reason it's not showing up.
No, it won't on Rustify. It's all on work day, you donut.
Yeah, but normally on Wastify it will let you know if you definitely confirmed.
No, it's non-existent now. Everything is on work day. Everything. There is nothing will be on Rustify ever. It's all going on the work day app now. Games and checking out.
Found out about. And basically, if you don't tell the captain, then I will. I'll give you till lunchtime tomorrow.
Alex confessed. His discharge papers note his exemplary character, but his life in the Navy was over.
17.
Basically, you're all quite aggressive down and being told, we don't get this sort of in the Navy. To have all of that suddenly cut.
The experiences of Alex and other LGBT veterans are commemorated in this memorial, unveiled by the King last week at the National Memorial Hub recently. It remained illegal to be gay in the armed forces until the year 2000. The Ministry of Defence told us the government deeply regrets the historic mistreatment of LGBT personnel and is committed to righting wrongs and ensuring all personnel feel valued and respected. For Alex, receiving a letter of apology last year from the Royal Navy for his treatment was a turning point. This weekend, Alex will take part in the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall and join the largest ever contingent of Royal Institutional veterans at the Cenotaph on Sunday, with the Veterans Charity fighting.
just beyond it. Very fair. And the festival of remembrance is still meeting in our fair at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, something that affects 3 million people living in this country, ADHD, and one couple from Hampshire called their first talking about it. A singer on tour and from Southampton's Guildford tonight, sold out my turn, was only diagnosed in her 30s despite difficulties growing up. She and her husband Rich have attracted millions of followers on social media with their humorous take on the challenges they face. They came into the studio a little earlier. Obviously, always to do that. To be honest with you, it started with a very, very big idea. It started up one night about 4 years ago. It's a classic ADHD impulsive idea, and it's actually led to both of us finding a totally different career and writing books and building apps. So it's not really that it's literally born ADHD, but it's really grown into something so important. And then when you come up with the ideas for the different videos that you see online, I think most ideas are born in lots of stages. I think people do that lots. It might have been about 5 or 6 videos, and then it would have been just interesting stuff. So I think I just keep us consistent. Well, we've got other videos we can have a watch that actually. And I'm going to say, because I'm an outfield, ADHD is a bit of a trend nowadays, isn't it?
That's right, we've just got ADHD for aesthetic. Nothing says trolley weather, like musty laundry, rotting machine, having a panic attack because of 24 things on the
ADHD, everyone knows it's children.
It disappears the day you turn 18, just like student debt and childhood trauma. Congrats, you're here.
I don't know why they're so dramatic. Everyone will get ADHD nowadays.
And you left your keys, phone, wallet, and mind at least 3 times this week. No, I don't want to hear from you.
It's probably direct, but the comments that you face all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, especially the people on the internet talking about it. 99% of people absolutely lovely and wonderful. And there's the 1%. And we actually got video we took the 1%, which I couldn't hate comments that we get quite a bit, and thought, well, what's really good to kind of have a bit of a laugh, but also say what the reality is. It can be quite damaging for someone to hear those realities.
We don't give anyone advice, but we are very much kind of a mood saying who's educating maybe have to be more effective or more curious. So I guess whether you're diagnosed or not, it's just giving you the skill as opposed to live with a child with neurodivergent. Rosie, you grew up in Southampton. What was it like growing up with ADHD in Southampton? It was tough.
I was the naughty kid in school. I was talking at the back of the class. Every school we thought I should do well if you'd only fly myself.
That's really
Got into take the schools class and to doing smoking and all kinds of things. And it was only since then that we had ADHD. I was able to look back and think, oh my God, we're not worst person in the world. And they just need a little bit of support.
You can use music to help with your ADHD. That's what it is. And you're on tour at the moment. How would you describe it?
Music has been the news. The latest when I was younger, I always felt like a failure because I struggled so much with things, motivation. It's just like a tourism. But then music is one area where I feel something positive, begin It's important to don't forget that they can do.
They do that with the tour. And thanks ever so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. See you again.
Good morning, let's
Yeah,
have a look.
you've done this afternoon. You can find the ADHD love on social media and Twitter. Okay, let's go look at the sport this evening. Lewis is here. Fantastic.
Well, Lewis again. Oh, no, him.
Lewis, a life change. Yeah,
Lewis is on BBC Sport Tonight, babe. You know who it is.
Yep.
Midfielder Alex Scott has been rewarded for his.
I can't do it.
The first ball up for Britain.
Was that CM Punk?
No, you idiot. I'm watching BBC News, you tit. Jordan, learn to open your bloody ears. If you're going to earwig on a conversation, at least do it properly.
That's fine.
Look, Lewis is a newsreader from the BBC.
Ah,
Me and Stacey know him because he comes to the stadium to watch the game, you donut.
ah.
Because I look after his, I'm one of the accessibility, looks after his dad.
Ah. Fair enough.
The League One table, the victory manager Liam Richardson's first league game in charge. An early strike midfielder Charlie Savage to gain 3 points against high-flying Stevenage, who themselves were looking to move top of the league, heading climbed 8 places up to 12. Elsewhere this weekend, Bournemouth travels to Aston Villa in the Premier League on Sunday, while Brighton take on rival Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. In the Championship, Portsmouth play at Hull in the early kick-off Oxford at West. And Southampton are aiming for back-to-back wins for the first time this season against Sheffield Wednesday. In League Two, Swindon hosts Tranmere. In the Women's Super League, Brighton travel to Liverpool, while Southampton and Portsmouth women are also on the road against Charlton and Tottenham, respectively. Portsmouth golfer Marco Pens finished his second round of the Abu Dhabi Championship on 9 under par overall. Pens has emerged as the closest challenger to lead up Rory McIlroy in the race to Dubai. 27-year-old is currently 5 shots off the leaders, with McIlroy not further back. Paul Gymnastics Way qualified for the final of the double mini trampoline style of the World Championships. So both have routines, first qualified in second place behind the USA Kennedy Roberts. Teammate Diddy Songhurst and Brian Page also both qualified for the semi-finals of pairs and the individual trampoline.
As soon as I decided, I knew that I'd done exactly what I wanted, and I thought to myself that it would probably put me in quite a good position. So I'm just feeling the corner on training. I think personally I've had a bit of a personal background to try to get out of the qualifications in previous years. So I've finally done it, and more than anything,
Finally, they can move speed over 80 miles per hour, do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, and water. Hovercraft racing is a sport growing in popularity across the UK. New and experienced drivers for the test. Leah Halsey has been to Fairfield near Overton in Hampshire to learn more.
Literally, those people is that well, many see hovercraft as a way to cross the zone. Literally, that's everyone. Everything. I got bitten 43 years ago by the frog, and I'm still doing it. People think it's an aircraft. It's not.
Oh, you're only 2 away from reaching
but it actually
50 subscribers on this channel.
It is quite a unique.
1, 2.
That's seconds.
The 6 hours each year, and tons of the sites going
You right there, Jordan?
Yeah.
You seem a bit distracted. Are you looking at boobies?
What? No.
You seem distracted. You might be looking at boobies.
I'm not distracted. No.
He's supposed to be looking at boobies.
No, I'm not.
Excuse me?
Really team friendly, so
Nothing wrong with a good pair of boobies, eh, babe?
They will still have good for the car to be back out for the next race. This is one of the cheapest motorsports you can do.
Yeah.
The engine's very full size for now, but all eyes are focused on 2026. And the Hovercraft World Championship brought back to the UK for the first time in 10 years. With the home advantage on their side, British crews are ready to make waves on the turf. Leah Halsey, BBC South Today, Winchester.
University of Winchester. It looks fun, but I'm not to give that. There you go. That's it. That's a good way of playing the law. Now, they're mysterious. Misunderstood. I've only come out when the sun goes out. I'm not too that it's not made. Absolutely. Back, of course. Creatures of the night and our own flying mammal. That's a fact. Naturalist Megan McGovern has been out and out of finding out what makes bats so special and why they need our help. Yes, she's met one woman who birds with the tiny creatures around the clock before heading out into the darkness to search for them in their natural habitat. I should say it's all built under license.
I'm here to meet Carolyn Hargreaves, a passionate bat conservationist who's running a hospital from her home in Hampshire, where she's currently caring for 16 type patients, just like this long-eared bat. I'm just jealous of her walls. I just think I'm the best
Hello, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Oh, hello, Michelle.
She's an optional and her favourite food to be on the table. Sweetie has been in Carolyn's care for 7 years. And very sadly,
How are you guys? No, we've been all right.
Yeah, we're fine. Same as always. Me and Stacey working tomorrow.
The house hunting is a little bit on the flat side at the moment
Carolyn opens up their
because we've been so busy and we've got like 6 games this month, and it's like trying to fit in a place to.
As winter draws in,
In
bats
between that, it's like we've got so many things on.
They can still be observed.
Yeah.
But we are getting there.
Yeah, of course we're working tomorrow. And we're working next Sunday, the following Sunday, and then the 25th.
You should start saving up a deposit.
No, rent, not buying. But I appreciate that.
I did have a solution because I can let someone know if I can do it.
This time of the year,
Spend time.
and those things gymnastics over the water.
The 18 species of bats we've got in the UK.
Either this week.
How many
No,
species
not this week.
do you
But
Bell.
next week.
Yeah.
As well.
My
As well.
favourite is brown, only a bat.
I did have a solution, but obviously got to wait.
Goes to support the work of county recruiters like Nick Knight.
I'm getting relating its £100 from someone else's.
Records have shown that populations are relatively stable.
Worst thing you
But
can
historically,
do
these animals have
is rent.
experienced big declines. So the work to conserve and understand them is times. So what are the top things we can do to help that?
You have to understand it. Well, really. And like allow us to gain information.
Oh no,
Well, I think people
we're willing to do that sort of thing. It's just
I spent 5k on rent. That would be half of the house paid off.
Fantastic. Let's go to the weather forecast, shall we? Here's Alexis.
I thought it would be a bit cheaper than that.
Today we've had a fair amount of clouds, some brightness though as well, but also some patchy rain moving north and eastwards across the region. Tomorrow is a much better day, more in the way of sunshine, although we could see some lingering mist and low cloud in places first thing. It's a mainly dry day with sunny spells. That band of rain we had through this afternoon will skirt its way north and eastwards overnight tonight. Clearing skies developing in places, and that will fill in with mist and fog during the early
What
hours.
would be cheaper?
Double figures tonight, lows of 10 to 11 Celsius with light and variable winds. So through the day tomorrow, there will be that mist and low cloud, which could
Apparently,
linger.
Scotland's trying to be for renting right. Should be cheaper.
Mainly Friday.
That's what I've last heard of.
Degrees. Now, through the course of tomorrow night, it turns a lot cooler. More about that in just a second. For the inshore waters, the winds for the coastal forecast are west or northwest 2 to 4, backing south or southwest 3 to 5 later. The weather is showers at first, then mainly fair, and the visibility is good, occasionally moderate. The sea state is small and slight. Tomorrow night, clearing skies for many places, and it will turn a lot cooler. Temperatures could be dropping to around 3 or 4 Celsius. Odd shower can't be ruled out, but many places will stay dry. So Sunday starts on a dry and a bright note.
500 a month rent for 10 years. Place costs about 130k.
Overnight into Monday morning. So through Sunday, this weather front starts moving in. Eastern areas holding on to the sunshine through the longest period of time. And we will start to see increasing cloud ahead of this cold front, which will start to move in from the west through the latter part of the afternoon on Sunday. And
Well, we're not earning
Monday
over
itself, we could see the odd
that
rumble of
amount,
thunder. There will be
Michelle.
some heavy rain at times, perhaps some brighter spells, but a spell
You
of
already
rain
said
will
yourself
move
we've got to
straight
save money, which we're doing. It's just a slow process.
above the seasonal average, and will stay
But-
that way as we head through the week. Into Tuesday, a lot of dry weather is expected with further rain or
All I'm going to
showers
say
as
on the
we
matter is
Wednesday.
we'll get one eventually, and that's all I'm saying on the matter.
Just great, huh? He's on the one show with Alex next, and Alan is back with us. Have a lovely. Really great.
I don't particularly want to talk about it, but apparently.
Let's take a look at what's coming up in sport across the BBC this weekend. There's Women's Premiership Rugby on iPlayer tomorrow. Sale Sharks against Trailfinders from 10 to 3 on Sunday. It's Everton versus Manchester City in the WSL. That's on BBC Two and iPlayer from 10 past 2. And following that, the Sao Paulo Grand Prix on BBC Sounds from 4:50. And don't forget the full sports roundup at 6:30 and 7:30 tomorrow on BBC News.
Age has got nothing to do with it.
So I'm trying to give you some a little bit this is I can't tell you how important this is. Personal trap. Or something special.
Having a second job as well
Well,
to
you're a bit
as opposed
grumpy
to the
tonight.
having a second job as well as the stadium job is a little bit more important at the moment than me and Stacey living together or me living on my own.
You'll be able to get with the program? Okay.
We need a second job to earn more money, Michelle. On the money that me and Stacey are getting at the moment, it's not enough for something to buy a house.
I think you're catching on.
Can't afford it on the money that we're getting. Nowhere near enough.
Why just do what they ask because it's easier than what they're gonna give you. I really think that you started in the right direction today. I'm a little worried about Whitney. Whitney, I understand that you're not interested in eating breakfast.
That's why I'm saying you don't go and drink, because then they'll never get out of that.
She doesn't get that figured out. Can I say her?
I do appreciate what you're saying, Michelle. I really do. I'm just
Finally, I came upstairs and I
not
said,
something I need to worry about right now.
Are you not feeling well, Whitney?
my head's hurting. Your head is hurting.
I'll worry about it when the time comes. At the moment,
You call
me and
me.
Stacey just do what we can. Do what we can do.
You have an answer for when you always have an answer.
You're doing
Although admittedly we have been a bit naughty and being a bit lazy lately, but that's only because we're busy with work.
entry. Just be so
You pride
to
yourself
work
on the lack of care.
to be
I know.
on that.
Word for
No,
you.
I'm
Oh, it's called egos.
Really?
It's just like on the board.
you ain't no junior having
Selfishness.
a nice
Oh
snake.
yeah, because I'm always fucking worried on.
Have a nice night. Nice and Jordan. Have a nice night, Michelle.
Really?
Whitney was just being sarcastic. And,
Okay, Michelle.
you could tell that Paul was getting kind of fed up with it.
Is there a way to keep the cover up?
Actually, I'm trying to cover up how tired I am of your annoying stories and your attitude.
All you're doing is making yourself alone. Even late.
We're just so shocked at how much he was insulting. He just deserves more respect.
One thing you need to probably remember about me is I'm not your daddy.
I know you're not my dad. That's one thing you're not.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not as confused as your parents.
Hello?
Yeah, they're confused.
Hello.
All right.
Talk about whoever I want to. Hey, let me tell you something. Say something you're not going to do.
You're not going to do it.
You're going to control this home. When you're out of control, somebody's got to step up and get control. You're seeing the real Whitney coming out. Yeah, you are. Let me tell you. I can talk to you.
Don't worry. Yeah,
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us?
You're just unraveling right now.
Yeah, Junior, dinna start muttering comments under your breath. If you've got something to say to us, say it to my face. You're
I'm
being
not
so
talking
rude
about
tonight,
it.
and I don't know why.
I'm not being rude. I just don't want to talk about it. It's not something I need to worry about right now. It's not.
I just hurt her so bad because it's
I'm not being rude. I'm just saying how I feel.
You're actually acting like a child. You're pushing 40, and you're acting like a child.
Fine.
You are being rude.
Here, that would never happen.
Well, I know that. She thinks that our life sucks because we're not like her.
On that note, have a good night, Stacey and Jordan. Junior, you can go fuck yourself. You've pissed us off.
Whatever.
All right, Michelle.
What we have to do.
Don't know why she's having a go at you for that.
I don't know what's going to happen next week. I'm not really willing to talk to Paul. Really, Dan?
Precious. There's always consequences. Something this girl hasn't had yet ain't consequences. You, baby. See you in a bit.
See you.
The joys of child rearing. And it is joy. After Whitney's outburst,
I'm not going to talk about things. That's not important right now.
you don't have a lot of time left. Hey, Whitney, can we talk? She's under a lot of pressure.
Children's appeals on the now.
To re-enter soft step. Shoe on the other foot.
There we go. 7.
When you be Whitney, the mother, I'll be Paul, the kid. You were genuinely trying to kind of communicate with me, talk to me this way. Yep.
So here's how you and Toby help make a big difference. Donating to the STD Children's Charity is very, very simple. To give 13, 18, £5, you can text WellBigger 13, 20, 10 or 5 to 70607.
What I would do if he's a kid and I'm an adult. I guess like something I can understand. Might have had a little attitude, but you did not have to like family experience. Okay, I might have went off on you. I'm sorry.
100%. Every penny of your donation will go to the estimate. You can also scan our QR code to donate. It's simple. All you have to do is get your phone, turn the camera on, point it at the screen, follow the link that appears for details of how to donate. And if you are a UK taxpayer, say yes, yes, yes to gifting. Now, every year, as I'm sure you know, our very own super duo, Sean Batty and Laura Bowden, a challenge to raise as much money as they can. First, though, they have to find their way out of the building.
You should pull yourself back together.
It's the challenge for to get out of here. We're running out of oxygen. Hell. What? Oh, yeah. Just over.
Another year, another challenge. What are they going to help us do this time, Baz? We're heading to...
Hey, when we were off up the road, I'm driving again. I'm going to point for that. Onto the ferry to countries.
Our first stop is George Castle.
That's your lunch. Now we had to forage for seaweed. Yum yum. And handmade scones for the cafe to fill. Much yummy. I'm sure wins.
It's time to go, but somebody registered our car.
Oh, come on. Treasure hunt. Please, did you? With the ladies and
Day 2, and here's a little slice of the action. This time it was pizzas in the gorgeous Corsa Cafe.
What would they pay for? As Nicholson steals the show and delivers a truly memorable performance. Other cast include Michael Goff as Alfred Pennyworth, Matt Hinkle as Commissioner Gordon, Billy B. Williams as Harvey Dent, Matt Collab as Todd Brisson, and Robert Wall as Alexander Knox. When it came to Bruce Wayne's love interest, Vicky Vale, originally Blade Runner actress Dawn Young was cast in the part. However, just before filming was to start, she was injured in a horse riding accident. So the part had to be immediately recast with an actress who was able to come onto the set and start filming straight away. So uprising star Kim Basinger was approached and subsequently cast. Now, I find that Basinger often gets a lot of flack for doing a lot of screaming throughout the film, but I still find the performance to be very enjoyable, and she has a lot of heart and likability, and she also has amazing chemistry with both Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. She is also absolutely beautiful too. Number 5, constructing the myth. So the dark and surreal world of Gotham City would be created all the way in London, England, namely Pinewood Studios. The show lasted from October 1988 to February 1989. It was originally intended to film Batman in warm and cozy California, but eagerly watching and observing media made the production move to a much colder England. When it came to the little Gotham City, Burton wanted to go for a dirty and foggy industrial world full of decay and neon lights, but didn't want it to resemble Blade Runner. In fact, all of those involved in the production were banned from watching Blade Runner as not to be influenced by it. It is said that the look of Gotham was heavily influenced by the dark future world of Terry Gilliam's Brazil, in that it's a decaying, nightmarish, futuristic industrial city with a 1930s and 1940s noir style and neon lights. I think in Gotham City's design, you can also see comic books and horror movies too, which Burton was a fan of. When it came to the look of Batman himself, Burton abandoned the traditional grey and blue look in favour of an all-black one, as well as the removal of tights and underpants in favour of latex. The suit looked bulky and rubbery, and was apparently claustrophobic for Michael Keaton to wear. John Lucas really wanted to add some Nike product placement to the Batsuit, which is why, if you look at Batman's feet more carefully, you can see the Dark Knight's choice of shoes is Nike. The logo was also changed, where the Bat logo now had more pointy wings on it. Now, there are several reasons I found online as to why the Bat symbol in Batman 89 looks so different. One being that it was a licensing issue and that they didn't know if they could license the traditional logo, despite the fact that licensing would go through. As well as another explanation being that it was a mistake on the designer's part to finally they just wanted to try a different look and make the logo look slightly gothic. It's not really a big issue, but I always found it weird that the logo in the movie looks different, and yet the movie's poster uses the traditional logo. The shoot for Batman was supposedly anything but pleasant, with Burton going on to call the experience torture and the worst experience of his life. There was several issues that took place during filming, such as the budget ballooning from $30 million to $48 million, as well as urgent script rewrites being required, of which Sam Hand was unavailable due to a writer's strike, to which other writers would have to be brought in to do rewrites. And on one bizarre occasion, about 20 minutes worth of film reels were stolen from the set, to which even the police had to be called in and investigate. And they couldn't find out if the footage was returned or if they had to do reshoots of the scenes that were stolen. Yeah, basically filming this movie was a real pain in the back ass. Chapter 4, music by the Elfman and the Prince. Former Oingo Boingo band member Danny Elfman was brought in to score Batman. And prior, he had scored Burton's previous movies, Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Beetlejuice. And wow! What an amazing score he provides. His music perfectly captures the essence of Batman. It sounds gothic, creepy, and mysterious, while also sounding action-packed and heroic. He really did define the sound of Batman, much in the same way that John Williams did for Superman. However, there was hesitation for hiring Elfman, as he hadn't worked on a big movie of that scale before. But when his music was turning up, that hesitation had diminished. Although Elfman was disappointed with the final
Well, I'm gonna go.
feeling that the sound engineers let his
Okay,
music
Jordan.
Right, see you later.
personally, I don't know
Well,
his
see you
See you
later.
later.
I think his music sounds perfect in Batman. Producer John Peters originally wanted Prince and Michael Jackson to work on the music for Batman, something that Burton was against, feeling that he doesn't make commercial movies, citing Top Gun as an example of said commercial movie. Jackson, who was friends with Peters, was unavailable due to touring. But Prince did get on board, and he recorded a Batman album with 9 songs, although only 3 would be used in the movie itself. One song that wasn't used in the movie, but was used as a huge part of Batman's marketing, was the song Bat Dance, which was accompanied by a music video, which is kind of cringy. But when I say cringy, I mean in a fun, cheesy 80s kind of way. It features Prince in a sort of half Batman, half Joker attire, making him kind of look like Two-Face, where we have a heap of dancing Batmans and a heap of dancing Jokers. And if you get sick of all these Batman and Jokers, no problem. Time to unleash the army of Vicky Vales. Not a who seems to be played by Kim Basinger. I guess she was just too busy that day. Yeah, this music video was really weird and really dated. But come on, it's Prince. How can you not love it? The song uses the tune from the 1960s TV show, which is interesting as the movie actively goes out of its way to not be 1960s Batman. And throughout the song, Prince does this scream, and I have no idea what he says. Catgirl Wonder? Batgirl Wonder? Batman Spunger? That goes thunder? I don't know. Well, I've looked up the song's lyrics, and he's apparently saying, get the funk up. So there, that's my 30-year plus mystery solved. Prince also did a music video for Party Man, where he enters a masked ball and is still in his half-Joker makeup. Both the Batman soundtrack by Elfman and pop song album by Prince sold very well and were hits. Now, I've noticed over the years that fans are split with the Prince music. There are some fans who feel like his songs in the movie feel out of place and do age the movie, whereas there are others who feel that the songs are part of the movie and are lots of fun and gives it energy. By the way, I love this picture of Prince promoting the Batman soundtrack on roller skates. If that doesn't get you in the mood to do the Bat dance, then nothing will. Chapter 3, Deleted Scenes. Now, there are several scenes in Batman that were going to be filmed but were written out, and some of which were filmed but then deleted. Originally, the movie's climax was going to feature Robin. It was in the scene where Gotham's centenary party takes place in the street. You see, originally there was to be other circus acts, including the Flying Graysons, made up of Dick Grayson and his parents, of which Dick's parents are killed off by the Joker, setting up Robin's journey in the sequel, but this was ultimately scrapped. The movie was also originally meant to end with the Joker killing Vicky Vale, which sends Batman off into a rage, of which was wisely written out. We all know the famous scene where Batman utters the line, well, originally he was meant to say, I am the Knight, but it was Keaton himself who suggested the line, I'm Batman. However, the alternative line of, I am the Knight, would make it into the movie's comic book adaptation. In fact, the comic book features several deleted scenes, such as Batman putting up his hands to surrender to police at Texas Chemicals.
Going to number ones.
One.
When I saw Whitney and her mom hugging outside, I sensed a relationship that was more of a friend type relationship rather than a mom-daughter relationship. Hello, Dana.
I think that's one of the things that upset Whitney so badly when I made a comment about the confusion in her family. I think we got off to a rocky start, but I think we got past that.
You know, and even when you have someone as stubborn as she is.
The thing that I want you to think about is the kids will backtalk. Kids will. We stop it dead in its tracks. You're not allowed to proceed with your life. You're not running away. We're stopping it cold in its tracks. That's what I did with her. Because in this home, kids don't run away from their parents.
Yeah, but I don't agree with you because everybody needs their space.
Here, on a normal basis, you don't get space when you are out of control. You get confrontation. And
I don't agree with that at all.
Which was even filmed but not used, as well as a scene at the end where the police find Knox laying in the street with Batman's cape, which leads them to believe that Knox is Batman. Another scene that was filmed but unused. The comic book shows a scene where it's revealed that the money that the Joker is giving to the city is fake and features the Joker's head. Other deleted scenes include alternative shots of the Joker confronting Grissom and then approaching his dead corpse. What's interesting about these shots is the Joker's attire looks slightly different, as he's wearing a pink suit with a yellow shirt and black tie, which he doesn't wear in the final film. And even his makeup looks a little off, which makes me wonder if this was filmed in the early stages of designing the Joker's look. Another scene sees Batman running around the art museum. A scene at the end where Vicky is confronted by two kids dressed up as Batman. I guess this scene was signifying that Batman has now become a hero of the people. And finally, we have the alleyway fight. In the final movie, Batman turns to Bob the Goon, who then flees as not to get a Batman beatdown. But originally, there was a scene where Bob attacks Batman with his knife. There is even footage of the scene being filmed.
That's the kind of girl that I
One of
would
the
like.
most famous of the deleted scenes involves Batman finding a little girl in said alleyway and picks her up and takes her to safety, where she asks,
I think that we were able to.
yeah, I don't know about this shot. There's something about Batman's head which just doesn't look right. Speaking of unused material, there are many posters which were designed but incidentally not used. Some of them look really fascinating and had great potential to be the poster of Batman 89. And some of them look kind of creepy or surreal. But despite all these potential posters being made, at the end of the day, nothing beats the Batman logo. It's simple, perfect. And let's know right away that Batman is here, and he's here in a very spectacular way. Chapter 3.
It's going to be interesting for me getting back home tomorrow evening.
Pretty much Batman everything, from video games and even Batman cereal. But the most interesting part of Batman's merchandising was the action figures, which was released by two
It's
different
not just that, it's well, because of Winchester Bonfire fireworks display.
Normally come to be. Well, it goes back to
Yeah, I know.
1984 when leading toy company Kenner released a lineup of DC action figures called Superpowers, which featured favorite characters like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and many others. However, by 1986, Kenner gave up on the toy line, thinking that there wasn't a market to sell action figures based on DC superheroes, a decision I'm sure they regretted 3 years later after the huge success of Batman. Shortly before the release of the Batman movie, Warner Brothers were naturally trying to find a toy brand to produce a string of Batman action figures based on the movie. But a lot of toy manufacturers really weren't interested, as word of mouth suggested that this Batman movie was going to be quite dark, and probably not something the young Batman fans would want to get toys of. So a newly formed toy company called Toy Biz purchased the rights to make the action figures and accessories based off the Batman movie, which consisted of 3 action figures, including Batman, the Joker, and Bob the Goon. The molds of Batman and the Joker's bodies were just recycled molds from the Kenner Superpowers action figure lineup, only the figures were given a new coat of paint. And to make matters worse, Toy Biz weren't given photos of how Batman and the Joker looked in the movie. So they just gave Batman a square head, and the Joker looked just like how he did in the comics. After the release of the movie, they would later make changes to Batman's head, making it more rounder, in an attempt to make it look more like Michael Keaton. And the Joker was given a fringe curl for some reason. Toy Biz then released a line of other figures based on DC characters and called it DC Comic Book Superheroes, and most of them were once again recycled molds from the Superpowers lineup, and included characters like Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, and Robin. They even released a Batman doll with a removable batsuit, which when I was a kid I always thought was weird. However, Warner Brothers were not happy with the quality of action figures that Toy Biz had released for Batman, so Toy Biz lost the rights to make DC toys. So Kenner returned and came on board to release a new action figure lineup in 1990 called the Dark Knight Collection, a whole year after the release of Batman. These figures and vehicles generally had better quality and presentation and looked more movie accurate. This time Batman and the Joker didn't look like recycled molds of pre-existing toys, but they actually looked like Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. However, the lineup didn't feature any other characters other than Batman and the Joker. So to combat this, there was lots of Batmans with different paint jobs. Like you had blue Batman, grey Batman, orange Batman, gold Batman, purple Batman, and so on. I should also point out that a lot of the info I got about the Batman 89 toys came from another YouTube video called Toy Biz to Kenner, The Return of Batman Action Figures, by a channel called That Junk Man. So you should totally check that video out. It was very helpful for this segment. Yeah, both the Toy Biz and Kenner lineups were flawed. They were fun, but they were flawed. But that didn't stop us kids from running to the toy stores and demanding our parents to get them for us. Chapter 1. Batman takes over the world. So to say that there was great hype for the Batman movie of 1989 would be an understatement. This beast was huge and everyone was talking about it. And I think you kind of had to be around at that time to fully understand just how Batman was just everywhere. The movie was released in June 1989 and made over $411 million on its $48 million budget. I guess putting the movie in the hands of Burton and Keaton, as well as Nicholson with his basketball game privileges, really paid off. The irony is, Batman was released at the same time as Ghostbusters 2, and there were many expectations and predictions that that movie was going to be the big hit that devoured the box office. But Ghostbusters 2 only made $215 million, so it was Batman that was the true victor. The movie also won an Academy Award for Best Art Direction, and Jack Nicholson was nominated for a Golden Globe for his performance as the Joker. And the movie's success immediately led to developments of a sequel and an animated series. Although, despite its successes, the movie did get mixed reviews. Some critics didn't know how to feel about this darker, more violent Batman world. I guess a lot of people still had memories of the 1960s Batman TV series, and just didn't know how to take this new age of Batman. Avid comic book fans also had issues with the concept of the Joker, aka Jack Napier, killing Batman's parents. But all that aside, the general movie audience and children loved this movie and couldn't get enough of it. Trust me, I was there. And even to this day, many consider it to be one of the best superhero movies of all time, and even the greatest Batman movie of all time. Batman 89 represented a creative shift in the world of Batman, where the character was no longer seen as a comical joke, but a real character with conflict and turmoil and heart. And yes, this approach was already in the comics at that time, but it was now taken to the mainstream, and the world of Batman has never been the same since. Well, nearly never been the same since. Thanks to Tim Burton's direction, Batman 89 is a dark, art house superhero masterpiece, a movie that every Batman fan seems to embrace. Over 30 years later, its fandom is still running strong, and for good reason. It really is truly a brilliant movie. Look, I'm not going to lie. I love this movie. Absolutely love it. I can actually remember watching it for the very first time. My parents rented it for me from a video store when it was first released on home video. And I can remember watching it and being blown away, and I literally stopped and rewound the video and watched it all over again. And the funny thing is, I haven't stopped doing that. I've kind of been doing it ever since the first time I saw this movie as a kid. I just can't stop watching it. Anyway, I'm Minty, and thanks for watching. I want you to do me a favour. I want you to tell all your friends about me. I'm Minty. See ya!
At Curry's, there's amazing tech for everyone's needs. Joe, who is partially sighted, is being shown a vacuum cleaner. So this Dyson V12 Absolute is lightweight and cord-free. Who wants to pay for the cost? Amazing tech for everyone. Your expectations. The choice feels better when you just use Confused.com. Speaking of the Vodafone full fibre broadband is as easy as that. One touch switch.
Domino's for just £4? Yep, cheeky little pizzas at a cheeky little price. Order now. Stop bleeding off the brush.
In 2005, after an 8-year absence, Batman returned to the big screen in a brand new cinematic universe with Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins. Now Batman was darker and moodier than ever, where we go on a journey with young Bruce Wayne, played by Christian Bale, as he searches the world for purpose after the murder of his parents, where he trains with the deadly and dangerous League of Shadows. Upon returning to Gotham City, he becomes billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne by day, and by night he becomes the Batman, a terrifying vigilante who hunts down dangerous criminals. Where his past comes to haunt him with his former mentor turned enemy, Ra's al Ghul, played by Liam Neeson, who shows up to destroy Gotham City. Batman must save the city from descending into total madness and chaos in this fun and exciting Batman thriller, which rejuvenated the franchise and breathed some much-needed new life into it.
Yeah.
So, seeing how we're living in a day and age
No,
where
a fish cake,
Batman
please.
5 minutes, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, let's look into one of Batman's most successful reboots, Batman Begins. So let's all get sore throats while impersonating Christopher Nolan's Batman voice as we check it out. Number 10, a fresh slate for Batman.
You know, have you had your dinner yet, babe?
No, Mum's going to get dinner.
Right. There's no point keeping the live going. There's nobody watching. And that is not what's been said or it's happening. Just no one's watching. There's no point in staying live much longer. So I'm going to end the live here, guys. Just nobody's watching. There's no point in keeping it going. Hit the bell button, the subscribe button, see all videos coming soon. Ding, ding, done. I'll be live Monday for Raw. Me and Stacey's working tomorrow, and then of course next Sunday, the following Sunday, and then we're working on the 25th, which means we'd have worked 6 games this whole month, and then we're booked up most of December with more games. All right. I'll see you guys in the next live on Monday. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.